Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and I am your watch guy today. And if you didn't already know that, then you should probably go down into that little section there and hit the subscribe button. I release 3 videos a week and some people would say they're alright. Now, today I am reviewing a watch that I was incredibly excited for. If you are a fan of watches with exotic materials, then this one's going to be straight down your street. Especially if you like an angular cased watch, dive style watches, and just a little bit of something special. Today I am reviewing the Keaton Keris, and this is the 3.1, the one with the wooden dial. This is going to be available on Kickstarter from the 29th of June. That's Tuesday. I'm going to release this video prior to it on Tuesday. I think it goes live 3 p.m. I'll release this at 2, just so you've got some time to have a look at the video and think about it for an hour or so and think, you know, I'd like that. In fact, I'll do it at 1. Give you 2 hours to think, isn't it? That's a better idea. So Keaton Time Co. is a new company from Singapore. A lot of good watch microbrands come out of Singapore. Now, Keaton Time Co. is concentrated on making tool style watches with an emphasis on finishing and materials, and obviously a Damascus case is really the pinnacle of that at the moment. I think just absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be available in 3 different materials: the stainless steel, the titanium grade 5, which is actually high polish, looks absolutely phenomenal. I am going to insert pictures as we go along this review, so watch out for them. Now, if you'd like to pick this up, I'm going to leave the link for the Kickstarter campaign in the description. Make sure you go and hit the little notification icon on that so it'll let you know when it is live. I think these are going to go quickly, and some of them are limited edition, so you are going to want to get them quickly. Personally, if I was given the option, I'd go straight for the free, the Damascus and crimascus dial. I think that's going to be absolutely spectacular. Let's turn this camera around and let's review this watch. So guys, this is Keaton's first watch, the Keris. Now, they've actually created 3 different variants of this, as I said in the introduction. They have the stainless steel, the titanium, and this amazing Damascus case. One interesting question in the comments for the unboxing of this was, what type of Damascus is it? What type of materials? It's actually 304 stainless steel and 316L stainless steel that has gone together to make this Damascus. It's not a print like you will find on some watches. It is actual Damascus steel, which is absolutely phenomenal, to be honest. Also, the polishing on it's really incredible. Now let's talk about the Keris itself. So it takes inspiration from the Keris or Kris dagger used in the Malay archipelago. I'm confident that I've said that completely wrong, so I apologise for that. Now, the Keris was actually the weapon of choice for royalty or the elite of the region. It's now more of a ceremonial tool or a decorative piece. I've actually watched a video today of a blacksmith making a Keris blade. If anyone's ever heard of Alex Steel, go and check out his videos. They're absolutely incredible, and he'll show you a little bit of background on Damascus and how it's made, how it's put together. You may get a little bit more appreciation for this piece. The milling of this watch is just incredible. The machining of it is, yeah, a step above, especially for a microbrand's first attempt. So on the Kickstarter, this will be available from $400 US all the way up to $760 US. $760 US is the Damascus case with a crimascus dial, which is absolutely beautiful. I will insert a picture here. This one in particular, the dial is Senegalese mahogany wood, which gives a really nice grained effect. It is an actual wood dial. That is, again, not a print. As we talk about the casing, one thing that was mentioned was the size of this watch. Now it is a chunky fella, it is a dive watch, 200 meters dive rating on this one. As you can see from the side profile of the case, it is quite chunky. However, it is 14 millimeters thick, which, let me give you a few examples. The Submariner is 13 mil thick. The Seamaster is 13.5. The Seamaster 300 is 15. The Rolex Sea Dweller is 17 millimeters thick. So it is a bigger watch. However, it's not the biggest in the world. It's also not the smallest in the world. It is a dive watch. You are going to feel the presence of it on wrist, but it's not unwearable in any sense of the word. It is 41 millimeters in diameter, 48.4 lug to lug. Very wearable watch, this one, and the lugs are, well, the integrated pieces of lugs here are 20 millimeters wide. This is going to come with two different straps. I believe it's going to be a Horween leather strap and a rubber band on this one. It's a well-packaged watch. Well, it's a well-packaged deal, in my opinion. Now, the movement in the back of this is the Miyota 90S5. That's a 28,800 beats per hour movement. Nice high beat second hand on this one, as you can see, which really does give a really nice effect to that sweep. It also has 42 hours of power reserve. Now let's move on to this really angular casing. It's an absolutely fantastic piece. I love the design of it and how robust it is. It's obviously designed in a tool watch fashion, but it's also really, really well polished and well thought out, the design of it. So yes, it is a tool watch, but it also really does have a nice, elegant look to it, especially with that Damascus steel. You will notice that the crown is positioned up here at the 12 o'clock, which is a little unusual to say the least. It is a unicorn crown. It is also a screw down crown. It's nailed. Now this one isn't very easy to get hold of. However, they are going to increase the footprint of this crown to make it easier to use. They're going to lengthen and increase the nailing so you can get hold of it very well. So you can get hold of it easier even. It is nailed, which is a nice feature. I do like a nailed crown, makes things so much easier. However, not in this case at the moment. I'm interested to see how it comes out, the crown on this one. It is an unsigned crown, unfortunately. That is a little bit of a letdown for me. I do like a signed crown. As we move to the back of the casing, you can see that we have crossed Keris blades or daggers on the back of this one. Keaton Timeco up at the top and Keris 200 meters. Now, one thing that I did mention in the unboxing is a pressed case is very unusual for a diver. Now, Keith has assured me that this will be replaced with a screw down case back, which is what I would expect from a 200 meter dive watch. I mean, you don't expect a press case to sustain that type of water resistance. Moving on to the bezel, this is a 120 click unidirectional bezel. It has zero play in it. It is very well fitted. It has that really nice ratcheting type of sound to it. That tool watch ratchet sound. Really do enjoy that bezel. It is a ceramic bezel insert with white markers at the hours. We have triangular indicators at the odd hour markers. We have the 10-minute indicators in between them. Really like the design of the 12 o'clock indicator. Those double lines either side really do make it stand out a little bit more, but not to the point that it ruins the design of the bezel. We have a sapphire crystal built into this one, as you would expect at this price range. Altogether, as I have mentioned, this does give the watch a 200 meter water resistance rating. As you'd expect from a dive watch, you would want 200 meters or more, really, wouldn't you? Especially at this size, you'd expect 200 meters. As we move on into the dial, what can be said for this absolutely gorgeous wooden dial? The grain is phenomenal. It really is. I love the effect of it. Now, in the production model, they are going to make this a thinner dial. They had a little bit of an issue in prototyping because the thickness of the dial has moved the chapter ring, as you may be able to see there. It's knocked it to the side. It's not very well aligned. That is going to be fixed for production, I've been assured. Now up at the 12 o'clock we have the Keaton print, and down at the 6 we have a Keris, and that is literally the only print that you will find on this dial. I believe what they're going for is putting emphasis on the actual material used. Now this isn't my favourite dial out of the 3. In fact, it's probably my least favourite dial out of the 3. I really like the Damascus dial, and beyond that I absolutely love the crimascus dial. Again, that would be my choice out of the 3. Now they do have 2 dial options for the other 2 case materials. Beyond the Damascus casing, I would really be interested in the titanium, just because of the polish on that grade 5 titanium. It's quite special. They've done quite well on that. As you'd usually expect, the matte type of finish to a titanium watch, it's nothing like that. It almost looks like stainless steel, which is really incredible, and it's going to be light as hell with it being titanium. Now obviously the chapter ring is the big feature of this watch, and there were some questions in the unboxing about whether that will be loomed or not. I can assure you that it is loomed, and from the renderings and pictures that I've seen, it's very well loomed also. So I will show you that in a moment after we've spoken about these hands. Now, the hands are in a blade style fashion, a unique and very obscure blade style fashion. It is loomed in the center. They are unevenly shaped, but I do think that it gives a little bit of character to that dial. We have brushed finish on the outer edge and a black second hand sweeping around this dial with a diamond counterbalance on this one. I really like the handset just because it's completely different from anything else that you'll see. Obviously, with micro brands, you'll see them take slight little hints from other brands. They'll take little ideas from other brands, often the handsets, because they're easier to manufacture, and etc, etc. But the Keris is 100% unique. I just think it's absolutely incredible that this is their first attempt at a watch. Yeah, hats off to them. Now let me turn these lights out and we can see how good this lume is. And there is the blue lume on this one. As you can see, it's an absolutely fantastic lume shot. The bezel itself also loomed, very nice to see. Handset very well loomed. This is probably on par with the Zelos. I haven't charged the lume on this Zelos yet, but yeah, incredible lume on this one. Really nice frosty type of look to it. I'm a massive fan of that. Even like, this is a prototype, and they've made this lume for it. That's insane. Very impressed. I think this is the best prototype lume that I've seen. Now I'm going to quickly glaze over the band on this one. It will be supplied with a leather band, a leather Horween band, and a rubber band. This will not be the same one. This was just for the prototypes to get them out to reviewers. Also, the buckle will change completely. They're actually going to match the buckle to the case material, which will be really, really nice. I think that will really tee off the rest of the design. I think it'll drag the watch together very nicely. Now, let's talk about moans for this watch. In fact, let me get on wrist and then we can talk about moans for this watch. There we have it. Fits really nicely to wrist, and as you all know, I have got quite slim wrists, but due to the way that the angles of the case come together to meet the wrist, the slopes of the lugs, those really well built lugs actually, kind of integrated in a way. So where do my complaints lie with this watch? Well, I don't have many, if I'm honest. They've kind of covered the bases on dial options. If you don't like this wood, then the Damascus and the Lume dial and the crimascus dial are all fantastic alternatives. The Lume, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Obviously, that crown needs to be fixed. They have said that they are going to fix it. It does need to be bigger and easier to use. The case back needs to be a screw down case back. There's no no way that you can get away with having a pressed down case back on this. Again, they have said that they are going to fix that. And obviously the alignment of the chapter ring, again, something that they are going to fix. So, what moons do I have? Well, they're quite limited. So I'd like a bigger presence of the branding. I understand that they want to make a feature of these dials, but I'd have liked to have been able to read the Keaton logo a little bit easier, or the Keris down at the bottom here. I think that starting out, they should be trying to make their brand well known, and I'd be putting this in bold black letters somewhere, the Keaton logo, or at least sign the crown. Obviously, I don't know what they're going to do in production with that crown. Hopefully they do sign it. Aside from that, I don't really have many complaints. Yeah, the beautiful watches. They're not going to be for everyone. They are really big. I guess that is a complaint. It is a big watch. It's not going to be for dress occasions. It's not going to be for fancy occasions. It's going to be for sporty occasions, swimming, diving. It's a tool watch. It is what it is at the end of the day. It's not trying to be anything else. So I think they've done a really good job on this for their first watch. The only real improvement I'd like to see is more branding. Otherwise, well done Keaton. Well done Keaton Timeco. Fantastic first attempt. So it's been a while since we had a channel first, but this is the first Damascus watch that we've had on the channel. And one more thing to mention is that Keith from Keaton has agreed to send me one of these watches out of production. So keep that in mind when you're watching this review. I am going to post this just before the campaign starts, just so you can have a look at this watch in the real light, in the real world, aside from the pictures that they will show you. I have also inserted pictures along the way and tried to do a few more close-ups, just so you can get a real look at this watch, because I think it's beautiful. I really want to show it off to you guys. Now, as I say, they are available for a range of prices between $400 US up to $760 US. They're all packed with the Miyota 90S5 movement, so that's a bonus to any microband watch. Obviously a high beat movement, that's what we like to see. Obviously, the higher up the spectrum of the specifications you get with the casing and dial material, then it'll get a little bit more expensive. I would urge you to be quick on these because they are limited. They are in limited numbers, so make sure you buy in quickly if you want one. Thank you to Keith for sending this in for review, and thank you very much for reaching out to me. It's actually a really big honour because these watches are fantastic. I think they could have gone to any reviewer. So thank you very much for picking me out, Keith. He actually did it because he likes how much we interact in the comments section. So it's really down to you guys once again. Thank you for watching this, guys. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.